Me here for a quick relationship tip. So this is a listener sent in a question, and I thought it was a great question, and I wanted to tackle it. So let's do it. When is it right to have sex? And really, that question came in a little bit different, and I'm guessing this person might be religious, but they said, should I wait till marriage to have sex? So there's a couple different things I would say. I'm not a religious person, so I don't hold to some of the religious beliefs that some people have. And I understand those beliefs because I come from a very religious background. So I understand where those come from. I would say a couple things. One, what's right for you and what's right for someone else might not be the same. So that's something that you have to figure out what's right for you. Clearly, I can't tell you what's right for you and what you should do or shouldn't do. But I can give you some thoughts behind the question, and I can give you, my best answer of what I think and what I see and what I believe is true at this point in my life, anyway. And that is, I would say this: wait till marriage to have sex. I mean, if that's what you want to do and your partner's okay with it, great. I know a lot of religious people who that was their intent, was to lose their virginity on their honeymoon, on the wedding night, kind of a thing, and invariably it never happens. Very, very rarely does that ever happen. So even people that believe they should wait till marriage to have sex aren't waiting till marriage to have sex. So let's just talk about. Let's get that elephant that's in the room. Let's just talk about that elephant there in the room. Just because you intend or you feel that you should do something, but you clearly don't, then, I think, so let's just put that out there. So, when is it a good idea to have sex? So, clearly, it depends on you, the person that you're dating, but it also depends on kind of where you're at in your life. If you're recently divorced or recently went through a breakup, or you're just young and single and not wanting to get married anytime soon, then if you're living more of a casual kind of a lifestyle, and as long as it's mutual and consensual, you do you. Okay, so but 99.9% of what I talk about and teach about are committed relationships. That's where I kind of specialize in, is helping people get into committed relationships and AKA marriage. So I would say this: you do you and stick by your own convictions. That's the first little thing I would say. Secondly, I would say don't lead with sex. I believe sex complicates things, and not just complicates things. To me, sex is sacred, and I don't mean that in a religious way. I just mean I believe that sex is special and it's sacred. It's something really wonderful. So to do that too soon and to be carefree and frivolous and treat it like it's not valuable, just personally, that's not something that I think is a good idea. That it's something to be valued, something to be treasured, something to be treated lovingly and all of that. So I guess where I would kind of draw the line is, once you really care about someone and they really care about you, and you've established this connection, you've established that, hey, I really like you and you really like me, and the relationship is progressing, I think at that point, intimacy could be very beneficial to just continue that climb, if you will. When, like the first date, and then you go on a second date and you get to know each other, and then you hold hands, and then you kiss, and if we look at it like that, I don't think sex is, hey, we meet and have sex. I don't think that should be number one. Again, no judgment for those that live that way. We've all have stories, I'm sure. So that's not what I'm talking about. No guilt, no shame. Get over it, move past it. If you do feel bad about it, it just is what it is. Everybody does it. But moving past all of that, now you're in a stage in your life, hey, I really want to meet someone special. I'd like to, well, I would say don't lead with sex. And for the ladies, I would say, listen, don't give it up. don't give that up unless you want to, but don't give it up. I always say this, because women ask me this question all the time. When should I have sex? When? And I always say, well, that's your decision, clearly, and don't be guilted into it, shamed into it, manipulated into it, like forced into it, like all that stuff. No, for sure. No, absolutely not. I guess what I would say to the ladies is, when this guy has proven himself to be, kind, caring, a great guy, treats you well and thoughtful and all those things, then I think it'd be okay to be intimate. And here's the big piece. When you do become intimate, just know that makes you very vulnerable. I can't even tell you the number of times I've had clients come to me and they say, I went ahead and had sex with him and then I haven't heard from him since, or now all he does is call me for booty calls. So you don't want to become intimate until you know that there's not going to be regret on your end. Now, clearly that can happen even after you've gotten to know each other, and maybe the relationship has progressed, and then it got to the intimacy part and it still fell apart. But I would have there be a proving ground, where you really just make sure that this is a good connection and a real potential. You don't want to just be giving it up to anyone and everyone. Treat it something special. Because I can tell you this, let me just give you from a guy's perspective, right? Guys act like we want sex all the time and we want to have sex on the first date, and we're always super sexual, and we act like, hey, if I get sex from you, I'm going to love you even more, and all that stuff. Unfortunately, guys will do anything and everything to get into your bed, into your pants, not so to speak. That is what it is, I guess. And that's unfortunate. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, as a guy, if I get sex, I'm talking about as a man in general. Like, when guys get sex too quick and feel like the woman that we've been pursuing just gave it up so easily, it actually puts this thought in the back of our mind, like, this isn't marriage material. This is hookup material. And that's not good, right? So, ladies, protect that sacred thing and make a guy earn it. Like, if he's going to get that, he needs to earn it. And you're just not giving it up to anyone and everyone. I hear it from my male clients all the time. They're like, yeah, I really liked her, but man, she was willing to jump in the sack in the first date or second date. And I was just like, well, yeah, of course I'll do it, but it made me not respect her as much. It made me not, now, before you go judging me here, listen, I'm just telling you what is. I know this probably sounds misogynistic, or it sounds I get it. Men sleeping around is cool, women sleeping around is slutty. Okay, I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's slutty for guys and girls to do that. So I really do feel that it's important, though, that you do what you want to do. If you're wanting to live like that, then live like that. But if it's something that you also hold sacred and hold dear, then don't feel like I have to do this to get him to like me. Listen, it will not work. It doesn't work that way. He's not going to like you. Hey guys, I got to go. Dang it. The sound is terrible right here. I'm filming in front of my window so I can get this beautiful view behind me, and then you can hear all the noises. I listen back to some of these videos and I'm even hearing cars going by and I'm like, dear Lord. Anyway, your body is something to cherish and something to that should be respected and loved and all those things. So I would just say this for sure, like any guy that just keeps pressuring you for sex, not a good dude, man. Not a good dude. Again, wanting sex, that's all dudes. Okay? That's all dudes just want sex. But a guy that's going to pressure you and keep pushing on it, keep, asking for it, keep wanting, that's like a huge red flag. That's just like, I think I have a red flag right here somewhere. It's like, hey! If a guy is just constantly, pursuing you for sex, like it's obvious they keep trying, that's just not a good dude. Guys, stop doing that crap. Stop. Like, I tell clients, listen, masturbate right before a date. Just masturbate before you go on a date. That way, it'll calm you down. Okay? So, try it. It'll help you. But women, seriously, if you've got a guy that is just constantly pressuring you for sex, that's not a good guy. That's not a good guy. I don't care what he says. I don't care anything else about anything else. That's not a good guy. And so know that. A good guy will be respectful of your wishes, of your body, of your whatever, your perspective, your whatever. And any guy that would honor that, now that's a keeper, right? Now, like, that's a good dude. A guy that doesn't pressure you for sex, and a guy that really wants to get to know you and is enjoying the progression of the relationship. And then, later on, of course. But you notice I haven't given any kind of time limit, after the third date or the sixth date or after 1 month or 2 months or none of that matters. However long it takes for you to feel comfortable that you also would like to have sex with this person and you would like to be intimate with this person, then and only then is it really a good time to do it. You never want to do something that you're not fully on board to do. And any guy that would want to take something, or try to get something that you're not fully on board, that's a loser dude right there. That's a loser dude. You don't want that kind of guy. And of course, any guy that while you're intoxicated would touch you, that is a bad dude, like a really bad dude. Well, he was drunk. I don't give a rat's butt if he was drunk. That's a bad, and I don't mean bad in the sense of like we used to say bad was good. No, that's a I'm trying not to cuss, which is really hard for me. Let's just say like a huge, big douchebag of a guy. Okay, all right, guys. Timmy Gibson, relationship coach. Hey, I've been doing all these videos. If you need a coach, I can do it online. I do online coaching all the time. And if you need some help with your dating app or relationship or feedback, or if you want to know if you want to know some secrets about dudes, I'll tell you anything you want to know. And if it'll help you, I definitely want to help you. All right, peace, everybody.